Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the Creative Corner podcast here at Cabreja Creative Studios. Yo, we're bringing you episode 3. Here we are. If y'all tuned in to episode 2, hopefully you did. If you didn't, look, pause this video, go to our channel, go watch it because gems were dropped. And then come right back to this video because we're going to be talking some real stuff here. We're going to be dropping more gems. We have a young, talented man who's here from the city of Reading, PA as well, chatting with us. So it's going to be a good one. I'm really excited for this episode. And y'all be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like this video if you like this content and comment what you want to see next or if you have any questions. We're watching the comments and we're responding to y'all. So be active with us and we'll get back to y'all. So without further ado, my boy Jay posted. Yo, thank you for being with us here today, bro. I'm really excited for this one. I know who you are, right? I know everything that you do is good friend of mine right here. But talk to the people. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you come from? Let us know what you're all about.
So yeah, as my guy said, Jay posted, artist here from Reading, PA. I also do videography, music videos. Yeah, that's what I'm on right now.
Yeah, valid. Perfect. And I said it at the beginning. Young, talented man. I want the people to know how old are you?
18, about to turn 19.
18, about to turn 19, bro. And I gotta make an emphasis on that because, like, not many people see young, talented people, you know, really doing their thing and like thriving from it. Like you're a person who you started within the music industry and creating your own music and learning the ropes for that. And now you're stepping into videography as well. And not only that, it's nothing light, guys. Like this he's putting together his own production company. He's making his moves. He's already shot several music videos. So like, you know, you are a part of the young generation that's really going after it, getting work done and doing what you have to do, you know, to just grind and make, you know, do what come on, look, and chase after your dreams. So so I love to hear that. Tell me, like, what is it that inspired not only the beginning of your journey going into music, but then, you know, having that evolved and then stepping into videography? Like, what is it that inspired all of that?
Yeah, I would say from an artist perspective, definitely like my life tribulations and things of that nature, like real life situations, like rest in peace, Anaya. But that was that was my first music video. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's where everything really like started off from, for real. But before that, just like I had got my studio by that time, for real. So I was really able to make my music in my crib and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But before that, you know, like the band lab on the phone, all that with the headphones, like that's where it started off from. You feel me? But yeah, using my life experiences, getting my studio, getting the FO studios, establishing my resources. You know what I mean? You gotta get the resources first. Key. That's what it comes down to.
Key. Yeah. I love it. You not only were you inspired to go out and do something, and that was from again your life experiences, the hardships, the tribulations, like you said, but you made sure to have a good foundation. Like that is key, y'all. That is key. You made sure that you had you said you had the home studio. Look, guys, it doesn't always have to be the high-end premiere recording studio, from the record executive that did this for this person and that person. That's all great and all, but sometimes it just starts within yourself, making sure that you're set up right, that you got to do what you got to do. And I love to hear that you had your home studio, you made sure you had the gear that you needed, you started doing your own thing. You didn't take what you didn't have as an obstacle. You were like, yo, I'm gonna get what I need. I'm gonna do what I have to do. And that's exactly what you did. And not only that, but you used your life experiences to propel you into something that's gonna last for generations to come.
That's the motivation.
Valid. That is fire. The one thing that you mentioned as well is kind of like, again, the stuff that you went through is how you got to where you're at now, and like that's part of the process. The process a process that everybody has to go through, whether or not you're looking at, it might not be the same kind of stepping stones that everybody's hitting, but no matter what it is you're working towards, no matter what dream you have that you want to accomplish, there's gonna be a process to it. So that,
never compare yourself to others.
That's facts. That is facts. You can't. The same thing that you had to go through won't be the same thing that somebody else has to go through. I think what really determines, and that's what I could see within you as well, what really determines a creative that becomes successful is ensuring that you don't let those obstacles and roadblocks stop you. You just keep going and keep doing what you got to do and keep going after it. So that's fire. How do you think, especially from the beginning, right, when you first started to now, how you see yourself, how have you evolved? Like what's changed? What what differences are there?
I would say, well, I transitioned into the videography, as I said, you know what I mean? As an artist, you're always looking for a videographer and stuff like that. You always have a vision of how you want to see your stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wanted to capture the game in full perspective and shoot videos, you know what I mean? A lot of my friends do music, and it worked out that way.
Right.
You know
what I mean? The puzzle was connecting.
Exactly,
the pieces were coming together.
I got to work on my craft. They got to work on their craft. And just keep pursuing the end goal. You know what I mean?
And I gotta ask, because I feel like there's not a lot of people that think like, oh, how do the two go together? Like if you're trying to do music, why would you pick a videography? Like why not just go? But I gotta tell the people, isn't it a fact? Or tell me if I'm wrong, but isn't a fact? Yo, literally. But tell me, isn't it a fact that you pursuing videography and trying your hand at that only helped you more as an artist? Right. It literally, it's all connected. It all comes together, bro. Even myself, like people are always saying like, yo, Jeff, you do so many different things. You do this, that, and the third. Those who know that like I even had the time period where I was doing music myself and everything. Shout out to the OGs, the day ones that know. And from there, I stemmed into doing video, creating content, doing graphics. Now I print but it all kind of like intermingles. It all goes hand in hand.
You never know from where you start from where it could lead to.
Exactly. And you don't know that skill, that trade that it is you're learning and developing, like you mentioned. You're not only are you helping other people with their content, friends or friends of friends who also do music, but now you can go and direct your own videos. You don't even necessarily have to be the one shooting it, but you're directing it, and giving the vision for it. So yeah, I think that's super fire. It's all connected and it's just all serving to create that foundation you're setting for your goal and your vision. All right, that's fire. So look, the one thing that I've always really loved about you, bro, is the style, the finesse, bro. It be on fling, yo. The style is always on 100. So I gotta ask, bro, what influences your style?
That's a big question. That's a big question. Damn.
Or like if there was anything or a person that was like, yo, like, you know, this person inspired kind of how I create music or how I dress or how I go about business. Like,
I'll put it like this, right?
Yeah.
So like inspirations and stuff like that, like I fuck with artists and stuff like that. Like I'll peep like how they dress and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have a lot of other interests too. You know what I mean? Like I like skating and stuff like that. I like there's just a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Older generation and stuff like that. So I would kind of like implement it into like all one. You know what I mean?
Okay, valid.
Just like kind of taking everything that I'm interested in and putting it into just what I wear.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Fire. I see it though. I see the drip, bro. I see the drip. Yo, if y'all don't believe me, bro, go check out this man's IG. Man's got the flicks posted. Y'all can see I'm not lying. Oh man. But okay. So you're pulling, you know, you're being influenced by different things. It's not just one thing. You're kind of pulling from here, stuff that you like, stuff that interests you.
Especially from like my family too. Like growing up and stuff like that, like Puerto Rican household, like but from Brooklyn, New York as well. Like I was the first one born out here, but everybody else was born out there. You know what I mean? So from being young and stuff like that, taking trips back and forth, you really get a feel for the culture. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's always good to be diverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you never know where any of the inspirations could tie into your work.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. And so now that you're mentioning that, coming from, you know, you're saying your whole fans from Brooklyn. Basically, you are, even though you were born here, you are too, because that's how you were raised. That's where you're coming from, you know, technically. So how has a space like that, and then being within Reading, PA, how has that kind of influenced, you know, how has that influenced your art and what you do? You know, like you're coming from a background, a family that's all from, you know, Brooklyn, but you're here. I could see even within the style a little bit that there's coming influence from there.
It's always going to show this it's personality. Like as long as you keep it true to yourself, you know what I mean? You rock with it. It's going to show in everything you do, no matter what is music, no matter what is you put on your fit, the way you talk, the way you present yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all ties into it. You know what I mean? Always being true to yourself.
Valid. So
humble.
would you say you're maybe like bringing a piece of that influence here, you know, to the city, like within your music, within your style of even editing videos and so forth? You're pulling kind of that style from out in Brooklyn?
I don't know. I'll say you take it how you take it, but it's in me. You know what I mean?
Say it louder for the people.
Everything I do got a what's it called? Method to its madness.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Valid.
It's always got some type of Easter egg or a reason why, or old picture. You know what I mean? Whether it's a cover art or something. Like I always keep it crafty like that. You know what I mean?
Valid. Okay. So all right, last question, right? Last question in regards to the city. You're at right in Brooklyn and out there. Tell me who's a creative, who's an artist right now from out there that you're like, oh yeah, this guy on, like this guy, this guy making some moves?
Well, first off, I would like to shout out my cousins, Wild East Radio, from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
If y'all ain't tapping, you gotta tap in too. But they just got some shit on the radar. They got videos popping. All that.
Yeah, you showed me.
Yeah, for surely. Yeah, if y'all ain't tapping in that for surely. Yeah, my cousin Ja, he popping it, you know what I mean? They doing what I do. They got their own lane, and I respect it. You know what I mean?
Tough.
But rerun the question real quick. What you say?
Nah, like who's on over there? Like who you shouting out? You did, yeah. That was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of New York artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But keeping it here local. You know what I mean? There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of talent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's true. That's true.
Shout out Vel. Shout out my man Slim. They doing their thing with their music. You know what I mean. And everything we doing for real is just putting on for themselves. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And whether it's down to the music, whether it's down to the videos, whether it's down to the editing, you know what I mean. YouTube University. You feel me? Like,
yo, I know Patrick's in the back right now. Like, yo, we gotta do something with. He tells me all the time, bro. Sure. YouTube University. Yeah, I say that all the time, man. Like,
this generation, it's out there. The resources is out there. You know what I mean? Like, the information's out there. You just gotta get it. You gotta utilize it. You feel me?
Speaking facts.
Yeah, that's how I started off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, with the FL Studios, learning how to engineer myself.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I had like friends along the way. You know what I mean? But when you're there by yourself at night, you know what I mean? In the room, like, if I know other artists relate and shit like that, if they have the home studio and shit like that, but you there, you know what I mean? You figuring it out yourself.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
This day and age, like, it ain't nothing to get it and retain the information. You feel me? It's there. People making bank off it. You know what I mean? It's just how you go about it. Knowing the algorithm, like that's what I'm getting into. You know what I mean? Promotions, like all that. TikTok running the world, IG popping it.
Right.
You just gotta know how to work it. You feel me?
Right. And it's all right here in our hands, bro. Right here, bro, in our hands. Like, people just gotta get to it. People just gotta do it.
Right.
You know, do the research and make it happen. Like that. You're so right. You're so right. So, and I feel like you're kind of touching on it right now. So I really want to ask the question and like you tell me, boom, like straightforward so the people can hear it. What do you think is the most important thing an upcoming not even an upcoming artist, because you do more than just music, right? Let's say an entrepreneur who really wants to go after their dream and do what they do. What do you think that person should be focusing on or keeping in mind as they're, on their journey towards their vision?
Yeah. What I would say most, like, from personal experience, you know what I mean? That's all I could. Just researching and retaining all the materials, you know what I mean, that these people use and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised that what you could work up to, you know what I mean? The camera and stuff like that, a lens.
Yeah.
And you have that drive, you're gonna be able to sit there and get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And keep working on your craft.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I think, like, one thing that I always think to myself is, like, never stop learning. Like, always be a learner, bro.
You got 1 mouth.
Yup, exact. Yo, say that one more time.
You got 2 ears for a reason, 1 mouth.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Always be learning. Always be listening, bro. And yap less. Yap less. Look, no, but seriously, like, I sometimes, and I see it so many times myself, is like people get into a craft, they learn one thing or, 2 little things, and then that's all they're trying to push on and do back to back to back to back. But they, what's the word for it? Plateau. I don't know if the right word for it is plateau or like they just stay stagnant is what I'm trying to say, you know? Because they're not continuing to learn and evolve their craft and adapt to not only the culture that's always shifting, but trends that are always changing. And you even mentioned TikTok, you mentioned IG. Bro, neither of those platforms are the same that they were 5 years, not even a year ago, bro. IG goes through like 100 updates every month. Every month. So I think people really got to listen to what you're saying and learn to learn, like to want to learn, to want to continue evolving and growing and, you know, just building on their craft, you know? So that's fire. That's fire. I really like that. On that note, what's been like the biggest challenge you could say that you faced as a young entrepreneur and, you know, just chasing after your dream?
I would definitely say like shit ain't cheap. You know what I mean? Shit is not cheap.
Oh man, yeah.
There's definitely like you could have a song, you know what I mean? You could post it, you could create your sounds and stuff like that, you feel me? But it's about promotions too, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's about you yourself as a business, no matter if you are artist, if you are entrepreneur, if you're trying to put yourself on, you should treat yourself like a business.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yep.
And everything you do should retain to that, you feel me? And being able to really schedule how you want to go about it, you feel me? And building up to get to that point, I feel like money wise, all that, you know what I mean? But yeah,
I think one thing, and hopefully you cool with me throwing this out, but I think it would be great for the viewers to know is that you are a person who you're doing music, you're doing videography, but not only that, you going to school. What are you going to school for? Film. Going to school for film. And then on top of that, how are you funding all these moves and how are you getting all this equipment and making sure that your gear is up to date? You also work. And you're grinding for it. I think, you know, sometimes we're just way too kind of like, well, what's the horse thing? Like the John's, the visor. Yeah, like you got tunnel vision on your dream, which is great, but then you can't see, yo, how am I gonna fund this? How am I gonna be able to, some people got families, some people got bills, a car note, whatever the case may be. How am I gonna keep life, you know, balanced out? And bro, sometimes as a young entrepreneur,
you gotta
working towards their dream, right? You gotta do what you gotta do, whether it's, you know, still go to school or go to college. You still gotta work a job and balance it. And I love to see that that's something you're doing effectively, bro, because people are sometimes like, nah, that's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. If you set your mind to it and you're driven and you're passionate about what you do, you'll do what needs to be done, you know? So yeah, I love to hear that, bro. And using your challenges not only to overcome them, but to fuel you. You know, like you looked at them head on and you were like, nah, bro, I'm getting through and I'm gonna go even further now too. So that's fire.
One thing I would say is like I feel like people downplay of like having a job nowadays. You know what I mean? Of like, oh yeah, I could be doing this, you know what I mean? And I could just blow up, you know what I mean? But it's always good to have a backbone, some source of kind of so you getting at the end of the week, you know.
Yeah, like a
paid,
stable,
But
check, income coming through.
as a creative and as an entrepreneur and stuff like that, as an artist, you could create so many sources of income. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the reasons why I started diving into videography. Not just because of money, because I like doing it and everything that went behind it, of how I visualize it, like how I would want my stuff. You know what I mean? So, in an artist perspective, I would be able to like help somebody else with their vision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tough. Okay, so one last question that I have here myself, and then I want us to answer some questions that our viewers actually sent to us. So my last question here, where do you see yourself as an entrepreneur? Where do you see your art going in the next few years? What's to come for Jay Posted?
Damn. You know, one of my biggest dreams is like to create my own short film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always like real cinematography, like movies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Animated stuff too, but
yeah,
real storylines. You know what I mean? As an artist, it helps me be able to put something down on pen and paper or out in words.
Yeah.
To be able to explain a story. You feel me? So being able to implement that in like a visual aspect.
Yeah.
You feel me? And something that's personal, something that's like a passion to myself. You feel me? And being able to show that that would mean everything to me. You know what I mean?
That's fire, bro.
Just being able to seeing it from start to finish, and that goes with everything. Not even just the short film, from with everything I'm doing, from the music, from the videography, because I have an end goal for all of that. You know what I mean? It's always in the back of my head, but it's a journey, and you go by step, and there's gonna be tribulations, but you gotta know it's happening for a reason. You feel me?
Valid. Yep.
Always keeping the faith in God, and everybody got their purpose.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. Valid.
Yeah.
I love it, bro. Bro, thank you so much, man. Because I'm sure, look, you guys are probably viewing this and wondering to yourselves, like, yo, what's the next step that I gotta take, or like, what am I gonna, where is this all going? And
sometimes it's cool just to sit back and really visualize what you want.
Exactly.
Step by step.
Just create a plan.
It's harder for others. You know what I mean? There's definitely people that go through a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody's story is different, but if you're able to create that vision, you know what I mean, having that end goal.
Yeah.
And like we touched on earlier, being a learner, you know what I mean? Working by that step by step, learning the materials you need to get, knowing how to record a song, knowing how to edit a video, you feel me? Knowing how to design a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Knowing how to put the print on the, feel me? All that, no matter what it is, if you a brand owner, all that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Exactly, bro. Like, and use that as inspiration, y'all. Like, really listen to these words. Again, we were saying a little earlier, like, listen, observe, retain, and like, we're dropping hint after hint here for y'all. If y'all not picking it up, I don't know what to say, because we're right here. I mean, Jay Posted, he's speaking facts. Like, if you're looking to do something, bro, just go through the process, learn, use that to adapt and evolve and continue going after it, bro. Create a plan and stick to the plan, man.
Yes,
like that is fire. So okay, to close off our episode today, right, we have, I think, a few questions that some of our viewers online submitted, and so we want right here live for y'all. We want to go and dive into them. So the first one, if we can get it up, what does it mean to be a creator? And this was submitted by Unique's Universe.
Oh, that's fire.
Yo.
Yo, that's fire.
Yeah. What does it mean to be a creator? What do you think? Or I'm not sure if it's interchangeably valid, hopefully for the person who submitted, but what does it mean to be a creative?
Being a creative, being yourself. I feel like creativity should come from everything inside of you. You know what I mean? Being a creator, you should be able to work on something and be proud of the process and how it came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing how the creation came out. You feel me? Yeah, and enjoying it as you go along. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah. I can't say it any better, bro. You hit it on the nose. There it is. How to be a creative, bro. Like, from the wise words of Posted.
You gotta stay motivated. You know what I mean? Like, it all starts from somewhere. You feel me? Keeping that end goal in mind.
Yeah. And I want y'all, like, really lock in with what Post is saying here and take this question, what does it mean to be a creator, and switch out creator for whatever it is that you want to do. And then listen back to this response, because it's going to be valid for anything you're trying to do. Right. It's speaking facts here. And then we have a second question now, submitted by Honestly Matt. And he is asking, how do you start when you have no budget?
No budget. All right, so you got a phone to submit the question. You feel me?
He got
you got the first step. You feel me?
Then you're caught. He got him. You have a phone. That's what you used to submit the question, or a laptop. I don't know.
You got the phone. How do you start? I would say you gotta put it out there no matter what it is. You feel me? Record a video, take some pictures of what you're doing, you know what I mean? Whether it's your brand, whether you do tattoos, you a artist, you feel me? Capture the process, you feel me? Always get what you working on. You feel me? Because that will be the archive from when it's off somewhere crazier in the long run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And doing it for yourself. You feel me? No matter how low you are on resources, you know what I mean? Having a plan and strategy to get there. You feel me? Because it ain't going to stay like that forever. You feel me? It can't. Pockets ain't going to fill themselves, and the shit ain't going to happen itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it depends on you.
Yeah.
You feel me? You the only one when you lay in that bed at night. You feel me? So all them thoughts is inside of you. You feel me?
Yeah.
It ain't nothing much more to that.
Yeah. And I mean, if I could just add to everything that you're saying, is like, bro, go on social media, man. Hit the Reels tab. Every other, I think, honestly, or every third, fourth video that you see is just somebody recording from their phone and just uploading. I feel like we really gotta let go of kind of like the thought of, yo, how am I gonna look with this, or what is somebody gonna think? Who cares? Like Posted is saying, bro, take that picture, take that video of your craft, of what it is that you do. If you're an artist, post that post up of showcasing your new song, or teasing an upcoming release, or whatever the case may be. forget about what the people think, because at the end of the day, like you're saying, it's just you at the end of the day. It's just you. And if you are not passionate about what you're doing enough to want to push yourself by all means, then you've already failed step one. You've already failed step one. And like you're saying, bro, a lot of the content that's blowing up and going viral, bro, is shot from the iPhone 12 even, bro. Like it just, do you want it bad enough? That's what I gotta ask. Do you want it bad enough? Yeah. So yeah, man, with that, bro, thank you again, bro, for being with us today. Honestly, if y'all didn't catch everything, you gotta run this back, because gems were dropped. So be sure to tune in for the next episode. And until then, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Help us grow this community together. Follow us on social media as well at Cabreja Studios. Be sure to thumbs up this video. If you like the discussion, if you like what we were talking about, if you like the content in general, throw a thumbs up. And if you have any questions for myself or for Jay Posted, be sure to throw them in the comments, and we're going to be checking them out and responding to you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next one. Peace.